What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Across the Board here on, let's say Tuesday,
Tuesday. It does feel like a further day than Tuesday.
right? Tuesday, August the 25th. And yeah, we are here today. A little bit late, but we are here and ready to break down a full MLB slate for everybody. I see the chat is already going on. We already got games dropping.
Let's go. They wasted no time today.
They wasting no time. We'll be sure to get to that. And also, chat, if you have any other games you want us to break down, make sure to go ahead and drop them in the chat. Nick, just as far as recap of yesterday, I had another good day. It was another 3-0 day. So I am 6-0 in my past couple days here. A couple sweeps. So definitely like that. Yeah, man, as far as the best bet, that was a very easy winner. Your best bet, man, I actually think it was a good call. Did lose in, what was it, 11 or 12?
I don't know. After they didn't score the second time in extra innings, I went to sleep. I was like, dang, they're losing this game. I knew that it was happening. I saw it in the works. I was like, dang, this was going to end up losing here. But, it did. Technically, if you count the parlay, we hit 3 out of 4, so that's pretty cool. If you guys did end up taking it straight, and I'm on a little heater here on my free plays. Maybe I'll start giving them out as my best bet, or I'm a little superstitious. I've been keeping them a little separate. Maybe that's I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys want me to do, and you guys want my free play heater to hit the best bets, I will definitely go ahead and do that. But I've been keeping them separate because I've been a little superstitious. They were both winning at one point.
Right. Well, man, like I said, we are starting today's show a bit late, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. One of the more interesting games on the day, we're going to be talking about the Dodgers at the Braves. Dodgers road favorite here, -150. Got a total of 8.5 for the Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow is going to be back on the mound. I guess I can go through his regular season records, but it doesn't really matter. So far this year, he is 3-0, 2.72 ERA, 0.83 WHIP. Let me pull up his minor league stuff here. In his minor league starts, he actually has been pitching well. Let's see here. He has an ERA. I mean, yeah, as far as in AAA, I'm only going to count that because he actually did have a single A, it looks like, start. But I'm going to look at just the AAA. It was 3 starts, went 11 and 2/3 innings between those. Only actually gave up 2 hits during that time. He only actually gave up 2 actually runs. He had an actual average against him at .054 and a WHIP of .51. He was definitely looking good. Now, he was originally out. This is like an interesting part to me. He was originally out for having, I believe it was back spasms. That's a long time to be gone for some back spasms. So I personally think that he's been good to go. And they've
they cheated the system?
Yeah, I think they've just been kind of sitting him on the shelf there. But actually, yeah, I think he is fully ready to go, though. But for tonight, for the Braves, we got Bryce Elder on the mound, 8-7 on the season, 3.92 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. He is coming off a good start versus the Diamondbacks. He went 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, and only 1 earned run. That was a bounce-back start from where the Mets kind of smacked him up. He went 5 innings in that start, gave up 10 hits and 7 earned. Lately, I mean, as far as the overall season, I mean, you have to say that his season has actually been, pretty good. But I feel lately he's been really up and down. And I feel like he's a guy that I don't really know exactly what I'm going to get. So because of that, and then this being Glasnow's first start back, like I said, I just think this is a very interesting game. But Nick, what do you think here between the Dodgers and the Braves?
Yeah, I mean, we're Glass now. It's never the talent that's concerning for me. He's got all the stuff. Everything grades out top of the line for him. When he's on the mound, he's the best pitcher most likely 9 times out of 10 who's facing. It's never about that. It's about this dude actually staying on the mound for at least 5 to 6 innings minimum. Can he give you a complete start? Up until that back spasm injury, I was just looking. They were kind of letting him go. No pitch count. He was hitting 90, 100 consistently. Up until that back spasm here. So-called back spasm. But yeah, with me, I mean, if we know that Glasnow is giving them a full start here, or at least a good start here, I gotta lean the Dodgers, man. He's just a guy that he's gonna give you a chance to win. And with the way the way Elder's been pitching here, and the way the Dodgers bats have been kind of slowly heating up here, and they win, they're not like heating up fully, but they've been winning games here. And with the Braves kind of been slumping, I know they ended up winning the last one here, but Glasnow is not no joke here. He's gonna be a good pitcher. I gotta lean. I think this is a cheap price on the Dodgers, and I think it's because the uncertainty of how long Glasnow will be pitching for. That's why you're getting this line here. But I mean, if Glasnow could I have to assume that the Dodgers if they're pitching him, they think he could get them 5 innings minimum. I would assume. Like, he's not a guy you throw out for 3. It's just not good. You'd rather just have him on the shelf, right? He's a guy. If you're gonna pitch, I want 5 out of you. If I could get 5 minimum.
Yeah, I don't think that he's going to be on any type of low actually pitch count here.
Yeah,
like I think if he's out there and throwing well, and he's at 85, like they're going to be fine with actually that.
So if he gives me the 5 that I'm thinking, I think that's more than enough time for the Dodgers to get a little lead against Elder here. I'm going to be riding the Dodgers money line. I think it's a cheap price, especially the form that the Braves have been in.
Yeah, I have to totally agree here. This past week, I've been fading my Braves quite a bit, and it's worked out every time. I think when you have a team, I think you have to know when to fade them, and that is something that I think you and I both do well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, actually, yes, we are fans, but we also know and actually can bet against our teams. This is another spot, guys. Yes, the Braves won that last game. That was a game they should have won. Like, that was a matchup that they just simply should have won. It still wasn't like that the offense did anything like that, like great. They have to show it to me. And now today they're actually going to get Glasnow, which, I mean, to me, like, he is a healthy starter out there. He is one of my favorite guys to actually watch. Yeah. I mean, his stuff is just as nasty as it gets.
His rise on his fastball is incredible.
Yeah. So he is somebody that I think he's obviously going to be bet on, and like I said, I doubt they would be throwing him out there currently. He's not fully ready to go, and actually, like, as far as his rehab starts, he looked great. So
this is the ramp up for the playoff run, right?
That's exactly what this is. So I'm not gonna lay it here, man. Give me the Dodgers on the money line. You can get that down in the 140s. Matter of fact, I'll pull up our friends and sponsor of the show, Profit X. You can currently get it over there at a minus 146. And there's plenty to actually go around there. So if you're shopping lines, which you should be, that is a good place to go and check out. And just have to throw it up there. If you are new to Profit X, use our code MBM20, and if you trade $10, they're just going to give you $20. So make sure to take advantage of that, guys. I do see plenty of questions in the chat, guys. We actually will get to those games right after our scheduled games. So if you want to keep throwing those in there, like I said, we will come back and get to them. Next game up, though, about the Rangers and the White Sox. For the Rangers, we got Jacob deGrom on the mound, 9-8 on the season, 3.77 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. Not the regular season, we're used to seeing from him. He did look really good his last start versus the Nationals. And Nick, you were all over that. You actually loved his actual strikeout prop, and I believe he got 10. Um, pitched great there. Um, Now for the White Sox, we got Anthony Kay on the mound. The lefty is 9-6 on the season, 3.96 ERA, 1.33 WHIP. He has overall been pitching pretty well. Not anything great, but it's definitely been keeping his team in games. Nick, I know this is the game that actually you want to talk about. I think I know why, but I am going to let you take over from here.
Yeah, man, the ground looked great. We knew that was going to happen here. I think today, I'm not going to say he's going to ladder his Ks, but I do kind of lean his over here. But I'm going to be on the Rangers here, man. I called it yesterday where the team was looking like they were ready to. They've been scoring runs. They've been hitting the ball better. It just looked like a team that was kind of ready to break it open, and that's kind of what happened yesterday here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the lineup here. And I think that this is a pitching edge for them here with the Grime on the mound. And he could get them 5 or 6 here. Give me the Rangers here. I think it's a cheap price on the Rangers because their bullpen's also been pretty good as of recently as well.
Yeah, this was one where I was kind of wanting to just actually talk this one out with you here. Because actually yesterday there was a game that we talked out very much in actually depth. We're going to talk about that same game next, but that worked out very well for us. Kind of want to do the same thing here. Let me just pull up some stuff. What was the final score last night?
I think it was 11-2.
11-2. That's the
couple. They got contributions throughout the lineup yesterday.
Yeah, that was the only one that kind of scares me because I have this price pretty far off. I think the Rangers should definitely be a bigger favorite here. But when I'm that far off, it kind of scares me.
Yeah.
So that's why I was wondering kind of where you were going here. Because I want to bet the Rangers. Because they've been playing, pretty good ball. The teams they've been playing, are actually not the very best. But I just really want to back this actually Rangers team here. You can go out and get them minus 105 currently.
Yeah. I find it a little weird price. I do agree with that because I think the Rangers should be a higher favorite here. If maybe it's just the Rangers away record compared to their home. They're 30-37 away.
And then the White Sox have actually been good at actually home. So there could be. And just I think it's also, normally when actually teams put up actually a bunch of runs.
Oh yeah.
They don't normally come out and do the same thing again. So I think that's all around. But at the end of the day, though, even when you take all that in, I still think it's a cheap price, though.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, especially with the Grom on the mound and him coming out and saying, I don't know if this was just him saying because he didn't want to go to the Braves, but him coming out and saying he wants to win with this team, and putting that out there, I'm going to expect him to give his all every single game.
I was about to say, with saying that, you have to go out and then back that up.
So if I'm getting a DeGrom that's fully focused and fully wants to give it all every game, I'm going to back him every time, especially with the way the Rangers offense has been playing. It's not it's he's not getting run support here. He hasn't really gotten too much run support here, but Anthony Kay, he's been a guy that I want to look to kind of find spots with, but I think this pitching matchup and the way the Rangers offense has been playing, I'm going to have to lean the Rangers here.
Yeah. Definitely the way I'm leaning to. Just I am gonna play it. Am I gonna play it large enough for it to actually make my client card? I'm not sure yet. But I am at least gonna be on it fresh a little bit. Got your man in the house. What's up, man?
And it's one last point that I wanted to put it. This team kind of goes as Corey Seager takes them.
Yeah,
When he's hitting the ball and he's giving you those great at bats, it's a completely different team. And that's what he's kind of been doing recently. He's been hitting the ball hard and just being that feared bat in the lineup that we know he could be. And that's when the kind of things get going.
definitely. Guys, we're about to go into another game here, but I do have to tell y'all, everything on our YouTube is now live. You can do all the super chats. You can do all the super. There's tons of different things, but you can become a member to the channel now also. And there are two different tiers. We got the Joes, and actually then we got the Pros.
The Pros and the Joes.
Yeah, and between those two, you actually get a lot of different things. But as far as actually videos go, you actually get extra ones from us throughout the actual week where we're breaking down certain games and actually giving you some of our top plays. And then, as far as chat, there's a bunch of other things that like gets you in the chat too, and you get a bunch of special little things there. But just wanted to let everybody know that, and I actually hope that actually some of y'all join us here. But let's keep it moving. Phillies Mariners. This is the game that I was talking about where yesterday we really took some time and really broke this game down. And I ended up saying, like, after we talked, I was like, if we don't play this over, I feel like we're going to come back tomorrow and like we're going to be mad. So we did play the over. And it was 5-1 after the first inning. I believe it actually ended up cashing in the second. So actually love to see that. So let's see what we can do here. This is basically a pick'em game. Phillies are small favorites in actually some books. I got a total of 7.5. On the mound for the Phillies, we have Aaron Nola, 5-9 on the season, 5.12 ERA, 1.42 WHIP. Gotta tell you, man, as far as Nola throughout the year, I've been fading him, and these last few starts, he's been giving me a big fuck you. He has actually been like pitching very well. He actually really has. It's weird for me to say it, but right now, like he actually is a bet on guy.
I think he reinvented himself a little bit. Before he used to rely on a fastball that had like a lot of life to it. Now he's kind of relies on like what's the word? Tunneling a little bit. He drops that knuckle curve on people. So I think he's reinvented. He's become more of a location pitcher and a kind of tunneling kind of guy, more than what he used to be. And I think it's kind of working.
Yep. Then on the other side, we have somebody else who I've been fading, Mr. George Kirby. He's 8-10 on the season, 4.18 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. Faded him his past two games. That has worked out very well for us because he's been getting kind of smacked up. But there's a big but here. When you look at his home starts, he is a totally different guy. And I've been fading him on the road. So Nick, Phillies bats. They didn't do as much last night, but we kind of thought that because that was their first game of actually moving to the West Coast. So now they're there. So do you think Kirby can slow down the Phillies bats? And also, do you think Nola is going to come out here and actually calm down the Mariners bats who seemingly kind of woke up?
Well, the Mariners team are built around these two guys, Julio and Cal. And they got contributions from them yesterday. And this is what happens when they actually get those contributions. You see ones, as they should, right? And then all the other guys get going, which is kind of how things go. When those two guys aren't really going, the team's kind of dead. Randy's been kind of like the little bright spot in the hay almost. And this is my little concern here for this game. Is Cal back? Question mark. If he's back, I mean that's what they needed that desperately. Because they're on the way out. I mean, he's back and he gives them this run, and with that weak schedule, I mean, they could find themselves right back in it if they start winning some games here. And he's a switch hitter here, and the problem with this matchup is, so I've done some I've been reading on Aaron Nola here, and his knuckle curveball to lefties is kind of devastating. That's how he strikes out a lot of these lefties is with this knuckle curve that he throws. It really works on them, and Cal's going to be switch hitting. Obviously, Aaron Nola's a righty, and he's going to be a lefty here. So is he going to stay hot, or is he going to kind of, was this an outlier game? And that's where my concern is here, because if Cal's giving them that boost, Julio's hitting, I have to lean the Mariners here with Kirby on the mound. Even if Kirby has, just kind of keeps falling off here, I think the Mariners against Nola is a better matchup that I'm looking at if the bats are hot here. And that's kind of what I'm concerned about. What do you think? Like, are the bats going to stay hot with the Mariners, or was yesterday like an outlier game where Cal kind of just woke up and then kind of comes back to life here?
Well, the Mariners have had a couple of these outlier games, but they've come after they've gotten their ass completely beat.
Yeah.
And they come out right to start the game. They put up a bunch of runs, and it's just been those two games. So, like, for me, no, they still have to prove it. Like, they still have to put up runs. I will also say this total has moved up to 8 at almost every book now. I will say that. Here is what I'm looking at, man. I want to keep Nola out of this because while I said he is bet on, I still, for some reason, I feel like if I do back Nola, I feel like those Mariners bats are still going to be awake.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's what's going to happen. But this is what I'm looking at here, man. I want to know if I'm just a little biased because I've been on such a Kirby fade that I still want to. And the fact that the Mariners pin is just simply not good. And you can get the Phillies, you can get their team total at actually 3.5. They're going to be up there the actual full nine times versus Kirby, who has not been pitching well, which, like we've already talked about, that actually has been on the road. He is back at home. But I think you're still going to get a decent amount of that Mariners bullpen. So do you think I'm just a little biased, I guess, because I've been fading Kirby, or do you think that's actually a good play?
No, because there are some times and opportunities the Phillies had to kind of actually score a lot more runs yesterday. Gilbert hasn't been the dominant guy that he's been dominating games, but he's been good where he's limiting runs in a sense. Like he'll get himself out of jams, kind of work through the lineup like a vet would almost. He's just not like that dominating guy that we've seen him do before. He's just not that guy this year, but he's going to limit runs, and he's good at that. That's the problem with these other pitchers is that they're not as good as Gilbert is getting. Like they don't have the stuff that he's able to do and the kind of control and all that stuff here. So the more we're talking about it here, the more I feel like an over is a good play here. I know it's been bet up here, but if I'm expecting the Mariners to stay high here, well, not expecting, but if they are, waking up, they're going to get some runs here on Nola. And even with that Philly bullpen, and if you're expecting the Phillies to kind of get to Kirby, which wouldn't surprise me looking over and thinking over about yesterday's game here, I'm going to have to lean it over here. If you could find a 7.5, I don't mind that price. The total.
There are a couple 7.5
because another thing is that they're like almost number 2 in every category across the month against Kirby stuff. This here,
that's
so
what I was about to bring up, and especially Mr. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
He actually really hits. He really hits what actually Kirby is actually going to be throwing out there. He hits really well. Also, Nick, if you like full game over, if you're into trends, these teams have faced each other this season 4 times. All 4 games have gone over the total. So I think I'm going to isolate this though, man. I think I'm just going to go with the Phillies. I think I'm going to go with their team total over 3.5 here. As far as the team totals, recently they've been doing well for me. So I think that's where I'm going to stay here. I have to give a shout out to our guy Pork Chop. Good afternoon. That is kind of weird to say because we are at a later point in the day where we can actually say afternoon now.
Right.
Saying Happy Max Muncy Day. Same name, same B day. Today only means one thing: Muncy home run parlay. That's interesting.
So today's their birthday, I'm assuming.
That was kind of crazy. I was not aware of that. Very interesting stuff. Guys, we have one more pre-scheduled game to go over, and then we're going to get into all these questions. It actually looks like we have plenty. And Nick's saying, yes, it is their birthday today. Chat,
birthday, Muncies.
If you have any other games you want us to break down, make sure to throw them in the chat. Last scheduled game, we got the Pirates at the Padres. It's Paul Skeens Day. So we had to talk about it. Skeens Day has a different meaning now. Really does. But let's kind of get into it here. He is 9-11 on the season, 3.95 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. I think we're really hard on actually him, just from how well he like had pitched, like actually when he first came to the league here, because his like numbers are still not bad. Like he's not like it's not like he's pitching just so bad, but compared to what we're used to seeing, he is pitching bad. And then when the team has never backed him up to like start with, so now he really needs the team to back him up, and just don't really trust that. For the Padres, though, they are throwing out Michael King. He's 8-9 on the season, 3.38 ERA, 1.17 WHIP. King has been pitching well. He actually has been one of the guys that I've been wanting to back on this Padres run. Nick, I have not actually looked at it. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't believe the Padres have yet to lose 2 in a row since they've been on this little streak that we've been riding. As far as Skeens, I think they can get to him. I mean, his like walks are up. As far as his velo last time out was a little bit up. Still was not back to where like he like wants it to like be. But it actually was a little bit up. I think that King can pitch well. And then this game went into extras last night, as we know. And I simply trust the Padres bullpen more than the Pirates bullpen, because the Padres bullpen is back to looking like, top national top unit there.
Adrian Moronho gave him the best 2 innings I've ever seen in extras. I mean, that dude didn't even let them get close to like getting runs in here. Didn't even give him a chance, and the offense kind of broke my heart a little bit. They tried to bunt. They got a double play first extra innings, and then the second one, Merrill struck out with bases loaded. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Right. So I'm like I'm a little heartbroken with the way they lost yesterday, because they really gave themselves a lot of chances to win. If you want to look at like glass half full, right? There was a lot of ample opportunities for them to win there. And if I'm going to isolate this game here, Michael King, I watched his last start, and I didn't really like what I saw. Let me pull it up. Or one of his most recent starts here. And I said, is this kind of, yes, against the Mets. I felt like that game, he did limit the runs, but I felt like there was a lot of opportunity for the Mets to score more. And I was kind of wondering, I think you brought that up, and that's why I pay a little more attention to it. Is King starting to become like a little fade-ish in types of things? And I think I said that game looking back when they ended up losing, but I still didn't think he was great. I know that he didn't let a lot of runs there, but I didn't think he was great, and that's kind of where I'm a little worried here. Is I think the Padres could get to Skeens, but are the Pirates going to get to King more? Like if we isolate both events, right? What I'm worried about is it's not really Padres getting to Skeens. It's about King limiting damage from the Pirates, and the Pirates seem to kind of be playing better, because they got some guys back in the lineup, giving them that boost, right? O'Neal Cruz is back. I think they kind of moved around the lineup here. They're getting some couple guys back here, and that's where my worry is. And the Padres bullpen, they're gonna have most of their guys. I think today. I think Adrian won't be available. He pitched 2 innings, but they should be fine here. But my worry is, can they get to? Can King have the lead going into the bullpen and not have like a big enough damage result here? And that's why I might lean an over 7 here.
I was about to say, from everything you're saying, it sounds like you lean over actually, actually more than anything else here. I'm gonna keep this simple. Like I kind of let off here, since we've been kind of riding this little Padres run, they have not lost 2 games in a row. So I think this is a perfect time for me to jump in again on the Padres. And if the Pirates, if actually they get to King, and then actually they get, but I think they're going to have to get to the bullpen also, because I don't think Skeens and their pen is actually going to be able to hold the Padres bats down. So if they end up doing all of like that, first off, as far as the game over, is going to be an easy win. But if they do that, like I'm just going to tip my cap and say, hey, cool. But no, give me the Padres here.
Yeah, and I don't even think the Pirates are going to have their full guys. The only guy I'm really ever worried about on the Pirates is literally if I see Mason Montgomery come out, I'm like, oh, they're not scoring runs this inning. Other than that, I think the Pirates bullpen you could get to. Weaver won't even be available. I think he pitched 34 pitches yesterday. There's no really need to kind of use him again. It's just not that kind of season for them. Yeah, I do have to say I'm going to lean the Padres here, but I think an over might be the safer per se option. Like I'm kind of like one of those like easier ones, so you don't have to sweat a team winning kind of thing. I am going to lead the Padres here. Looking at their bullpen, it kind of made me a little less worried because I think the Padres bullpen is just way better. And again, they have more to play for here, so they will probably use some of their guys more than kind of they would like to if they need to per se.
Yeah.
So give me the Padres here and give me the over 7. I'm gonna be with you. They're not gonna let me down again, are
they? No. So yeah, going with Padres here, guys. Time to get into some questions, fellas. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the chat. We already talked about one of these, but now we need to talk about this. Excuse me, this Mets game. Be taking on the Brew Crew. Brewers are throwing out Kyle Harrison, 10-3 on the season, 2.84 ERA. 1.11 whip. Coming off a good start versus the Mariners. We went 5 innings, only gave up 2 hits, walked 2, but struck out 8. He is somebody who I want to find spots to back. On the other side, for the Mets, they're throwing out the lefty Zach Thornton, 3-4 on the season, 3.04 ERA, 1.15 whip. His past 2 games, one was against the Padres, one was against the Braves. In each of those, he has given up 7 hits and 3 earned runs. Somebody who I ultimately don't really trust, but this Brewers team, they don't hit lefties as well. And Kyle Harrison, this is going to be like, now being out on the road, I have questions here. So this was actually a game that I decided to stay away from. The Brewers, I definitely lean that way just because they are just they are the much better extra team here. But this is one where I just stayed away from, like I said, because I just had a few too many question marks here. Nick, do you have anything here?
Yeah, actually, over the past month, as far as Zach Thornton's pitch mix is concerned, the Brewers are actually top in average, slugging and isolated percentage here. Like they kind of number 1, like not even like green, like they have him listed as number 1 here. And I think Kyle Harrison, outside of the Padres game, he's kind of proved to me that he's back here. I'm not too worried about him. I'm actually thinking I'm going to lean over 5.5 Ks here, as the Mets are ranked dead last in K percentage against lefties pitch mix here. Kyle Harrison's pitch mix here. And I think 5.5 is a little too low here. It doesn't seem like they're going to kind of it seems like there's a little pitch count here, but they will use him like it'll be situational based. I would say like they didn't need him. Like what the game, the last Mariners game, they didn't need him to go far. Like he did his job.
Right.
Um, but the game before they let him throw 90 pitches or whatever. So I think he's good to go here. So give me over 5.5 Ks in this game here, and I do lean the Brewers in this situation as well.
There you go. Now let's go over to Hawkeye. It's got a couple different games for us. First one up is the Red Sox versus Marlins. I know we got Tolley on the mound. Do we know who's pitching for the Marlins?
Tyler Phillips.
I was about to say, is it Phillips?
Yeah.
Guys, as far as Tolley, he's been pitching very well. The Red Sox have gotten back winning some games. Well, I think they've won 4 in a row or something like that now. Kind of wanted to play a Red Sox first 5 minus the half here. The way I like some other games, though, I'm just not sure I can get to it. Because as far as tennis, I honestly have a few plays there. I think this afternoon, as far as tennis plays, I have 4 going. So as far as the volume, I'm not trying to have too much. So I definitely like the Red Sox, the first 5 minus the half. I just don't know if it's going to make my card just because of the volume. But that's definitely a very strong lean for extra meat. Nick, do you have anything here?
I'm going to lean over 7.5 here. I think the Red Sox could kind of blow it open here, and maybe the Marlins score a little bit. I just hate this price of the Red Sox. I think it might be priced right, but like I think you're saying, like there's other games that have stronger leans on with a little better pricing. So that's kind of where I'm going, but I think I'm gonna lean the Red Sox on the over here.
I understand that one. Next time he has up was the Guardians versus the Angels. This one for me ended up being a pretty easy pass. This was another one where I thought the line was just really weird. I also haven't really been betting Guardians games. Let me pull them up over here. Wow, I didn't realize they had won. That actually made straight. That makes this line even weirder. This actually line on them to me seemed small. Now seeing with the little streak they're on makes it even more weird. Nick, what do you think here? Because it is Urania, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Urania versus
actually been like a sneaky bet on guy. What?
Do I know?
I think I cut you off.
Oh no, actually you're good here.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, Walbert's been like a sneaky kind of bet on guy here for the Angels.
Yeah.
He's kind of a guy you kind of back here if you want to find a slick spot. I personally can never seem to find the Gavin Williams spot. Or at least my money's on him. I did like his Ks the last game. I don't know if I pulled the trigger on it, but he ended up getting 11 here. Today it seems like he should get the Ks against his Angels teams here, but the line is really weird. 7.5 juice to the over. Usually those are weird to me. And Wahlberg, like I said, has been a bet on guy here. And Gavin's just like really inconsistent. Like obviously he's a strikeout kind of guy, but he's also a guy who will give up 5 and still strike out 10. Like he's just that kind of pitcher. Like you're able to get to him. He's not like that dominant. You can't get to this kind of pitcher. Like you're able to get to him. He might strike a lot of guys out, but it's not like he's going to limit run control here. And that's my concern, at least here. It seems like the line might be telling you that too. And then I think the Angels bullpen has been a little bit better. I know they got Ben Joyce back.
I was about to say, yeah, they've actually not been bad.
And like if they get to like a winning situation and you see kind of those guys come in, might be a tough one here. I think this might be a pass for me. I just like stronger ones. And for the K's part, as Gavin Williams, it's just the price you're getting on that. I'm gonna find K's like way better somewhere else, and I'm not gonna juice him up to 10-11 today.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pass for me too. Like I said, this like Guardians line seems cheap. I just looked at one of my spots, and Guardians are also an extremely public play here. So with that happening and this line, I have this line way off. I think the Guardians should be a play based off just the number, but everything here just lines up. Everything's just little too weird. I'm not gonna back the Angels, but if you do, I'm not gonna hate on it.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye, that's what we are here for. But guys, if you don't have any other questions, uh, Nick, mute yourself for just a second. I think we're hearing something. Okay, yeah. I think we're hearing some lawn stuff or something there. um, but we are about to go into home runs. But once again, for that, we're going to pull up our friends over at Profit X because them yesterday it's actually like as far as the home runs go, their actually home run numbers were they were very good. They were actually way off, and you can get very good prices. So yeah, I think it's time we get into some home runs here, man. I'll go through which parks are the best ones. As far as the Twins and A's game, they're actually at Sutter Health Park. We should definitely know that one's good. Looks like Yankee Stadium's actually gonna be pretty good today also. And then along with Truist, which is the home of the Braves, that actually Dodgers Braves game also looks good. I think I know exactly where I'm going to go, Nick. But do you know where you're going here?
I mean, there is one guy that I like, but he got priced out here. And I'm scared to say it on the stream because last time I did, I got exposed per se.
Well,
I'm gonna find another guy here.
I was about to say, well, I'm going to go and give out mine because as far as the screen, we just happened to already be there. I got Pork Chop in the chat, brought him up, and actually, like as far as his matchup tonight is actually very good. Weather's going to be good. Give me Max Muncy at a plus 370. Really like that price. And actually, over there on Profit X, there is plenty of money to get down over on that plus 370 as well.
Okay, so this is a guy I kind of talked about as well here. Know there's a possible chance of cloudiness or whatever, but I'm not too worried about it here. We're gonna go back to that Rangers game. This guy's been hitting the ball hard. Give me Corey Seager. I really like him today. I think he almost hit one yesterday, but they kind of ruled it a single here. So again, he's been hitting the ball hard, and he's always a home run threat here. So give me Corey Seager, and then you also said Muncy.
Max Muncy.
Yes.
You can get Corey Seager on Profit X at plus 495, guys.
Yeah. FanDuel has my plus 490, so kind of priced accurate. I think those were the first ones that are kind of relatively close I've seen.
Right.
But if you take Corey Seager and Max Muncy today, you get 2-4-3-7. Those are some good odds right there.
I might say, love those odds of those guys tonight. Definitely do. Jermaine just dropped his plays in the chat. He's taking Nationals minus 1.5, Twins minus 1.5, Red Sox minus 1.5. He is playing that Padres game over. And then the Rays money line. Well, good luck to you, Jermaine, on all of those.
I was actually just looking at that, and I think I do like the Rays here. Jackson Joby hasn't really been that great. I mean, he's been all right. I just think the Rays have been better.
That's how I would lean, but I am staying off that game. All right, guys. It's best bets time. We do have a couple things to do before that. First off, like I said, as far as YouTube, we have everything going, guys. Super chat, all that. But as far as the memberships, they are live. So actually join us and actually get all of the extra that comes with that. That is extra plays and extra breakdowns from us. Yeah, we actually hope that everybody can join us there. And then we have to pull up our best bets record here. Nick, 4-4 so far, but is 4-1 in his last 5.
That's right.
I have moved to 5-2-1 on my record. So let's see if we can continue that. Nick, I know where I'm going. Do you know where you're going?
I think I do. I'm just checking one last thing here.
Would you
I
like to
got
go
it.
first, or actually would
Yes. We didn't talk about this game, but you said this is a great place for some runs here. We got two teams that like to hit the long ball here, and there's a guy I kind of liked to hit one, but he kind of got priced out of my price range. Give me the over 8.5 in that Yankees versus Astros game. I think we're going to see runs here. Will Warren hasn't been that great. We got your Don over there. I think the Yankees got a juice back with Bellinger in the lineup with the newer guys here. I think that's going to provide some contact hitting that we need to kind of get the lineup moving here. Jazz is weird because he'll have games where he looks great and then all of a sudden he just looks back to terrible here. But he's been looking good for the most part here. Trent's been looking solid here. And I think Will Warren could give up a couple runs here. Give me over 8.5 in the Yankees versus Astros game.
I like that one, Nick. That was one that we hadn't talked about, but that was one that I had actually looked at very close. And that was one that I was very close to actually playing that. The line had actually moved down because that actually was 9. Moved down, and I didn't have as good of a feel on actually that as I really wanted to have. So that's why I personally left off that one. But like I said, that is one I do like. Getting into my best bet, guys, 2 quick things I have to go over. Running hot currently. If you would like to get in for all of my plays, plus all of Nick's plays, plus all of the whole group's plays, and actually we cover pretty much every sport out there. There's a link down below us. One of the best deals that actually you're gonna find. It is a 3-month deal. You can get 3 months for only $60. Believe me, you're just not going to beat that. Also, one more time, we got to shout out our guys over at ProfitX. If you trade $10, they're going to give you 20. This is for new users only. That's promo code NBM20, or there's a link right down here below us. Now, my best bet, going back to it, man, or not, or well, I'm going to go back to actually fading my Braves. And that's what we're gonna do, guys. Give me the Dodgers. Give me on the money line. You can get them right now at -145. I think with Glass now, this is one of those starts that we're gonna look back on here in just a little bit, and you're gonna be like, "Wow, we really got Glass now."
At a -150,
actually,
yeah.
that price, because he's gonna be one of those starters that is very highly. I mean, his prices are going to be very high.
I mean, again, up until that last ran that backspat, he was looking like the most dominant pitcher in MLB for the most part. Just looking at the numbers.
So I love, I understand it's his first start back and all that, but as far as in the minors, he has looked good. Like I said, they have not rushed him back whatsoever.
Well, there's 2 teams that kind of secretly do this. I think the Yankees are doing it right now, and the Dodgers do it. They'll put their pitchers on so-called the IR for a little bit, let them get their rest. I think Max Fried is kind of getting that little rest that he needs. I think we put Weathers on there to get some little rest here because he's been eating up a lot of innings here. Now that we got Rodon back, Cole's looking good, Schiller's looking good here. So I think that's what the Dodgers did here, and they kind of let him get. Maybe he was a little hurt, but now they let him get a little extended rest per se.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, man. Nick, anything else you would like to say on this Tuesday before we get out of here?
Man, I'm glad you guys were able to make the little late time start here. I was a little concerned about that, but we appreciate all the support, and a great way to show that you guys appreciate the support is hit that sub button. And there is also now memberships that we have. I'm going to leave that for JD to kind of talk about a little bit more. And again, we appreciate you guys joining. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, guys. If you actually like our extra content, the easy thing to do is smash that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe. But if you want more of our content, if you want our best plays and then actually like a video with us breaking down why those are our best plays, you can now get a membership to the channel. There's actually a couple different options you have for that. So make sure to check those out, guys. There's a button right down here below us, and it just says join. And actually, if you click on that, it will give you those different options. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great Tuesday. We will be back here tomorrow at normal time, noon Eastern. And until then, let's fucking win, guys.